Welcome, your go-to channel for trustworthy healthcare information and wellness advice. Today, we're going to discuss the fascinating and occasionally contentious subject of what happens to your body when you go 5 days without eating. Recently, fasting has become more and more popular due to its possible health benefits. Nevertheless, going longer than usual without eating might also have detrimental effects. In this video, we'll look at the science behind a 5-day fast, how it impacts your body and mind, and some key things to think about before attempting such a drastic fast. As always, consult a healthcare provider to make sure any major dietary or fasting changes are safe and suitable for your particular situation. First, let's explore the fascinating topic of fasting and how it affects the human body. Glycogen depletion when you choose to go without meals. Picture your body as if it's playing a game of hide and seek. Your muscles and liver contain a substance called glycogen, which is a sort of stored glucose that your body typically uses as energy. Think of glycogen as your body's quick-access energy reserve, similar to a rainy day fund. However, if you go without food for a day or two, it's like a sudden storm hitting and emptying that reserve. Surprisingly, this reserve doesn't last very long. After just 1 to 2 days without food, your muscles and liver run out of glycogen. The problem is that you can only store a small amount, roughly 100 to 120 grams, which equates to 400 to 480 units of energy, similar to gasoline for an automobile. Glycogen won't keep you going for very long because an average adult needs between 1,800 and 2,500 units of energy per day. As these levels drop, you may start to feel exhausted, weak, and low on energy like a sports car running on fumes. But don't worry, your body is pretty smart and will find other sources of energy to keep you going. In search of updates on the most recent health and wellness news? Click the subscribe button to become one of our millions of followers. Keep abreast of all of our fantastic stuff, including the second shift to ketosis. When your body runs out of glycogen, it goes into survival mode and begins burning fat for fuel, turning you into a fat-burning superhero. Your liver begins converting fat into ketones, which enter your bloodstream and travel to various parts of your body, including your brain, to keep things running smoothly. This fat-burning switch typically occurs around the 3rd day of not eating. It's important to distinguish this fat-burning state from ketoacidosis, a dangerous condition linked to diabetes. Number 3. Decreased basal metabolic rate, BMR, metabolic rate. Interestingly, some research suggests that being in ketosis can actually protect your brain and improve your thinking. However, don't take this as a green light for really extended fasts without first consulting a doctor. There are risks associated with really extended fasting. Always prioritize your health and safety. As they say, desperate times call for desperate measures. When your body runs out of fuel, it becomes intelligent and begins to conserve energy, much like a ship preserving its last scrap of food. It does this by reducing the basic energy it uses for routine processes like breathing and blood circulation. Think of it as your body lowering the thermostat to save heat. This slowing is referred to as basal metabolic rate, or BMR, and typically accounts for a significant portion of your energy consumption while you're simply resting after a prolonged period of fasting. According to studies, your BMR can decrease by 15% to 42%. It is essentially your body's way of surviving on less, extending the shelf life of food during times of extreme scarcity. But this energy-saving mode also trains your body to use fewer calories, which can make weight loss more difficult. It's important to take all of this into consideration since even when you start eating again, your BMR may remain low, which could cause you to perhaps experience a rebound effect and gain back the weight you lost. If you're considering going on a long-term fast, your health should come first. 4 muscle breakdowns. Imagine your body as an incredibly effective machine that can function for 5 days without food. It's like a well-trained mechanism that knows how to keep going when you're not eating. When your body has to find new ways to obtain energy, your muscles become gold mines because they are brimming with protein. These proteins are normally used to repair and grow your muscles, but when you fast for an extended period of time, your body acts like a city under siege, removing cobblestones from the streets to keep things moving. When your body's fat stores are no longer able to meet your energy needs, your body starts to break down these cobblestones, which are proteins from your muscles, and turns them into glucose through a process known as gluconeogenesis. This strategy keeps your energy levels up, but it has a price. Number 5. Electrolyte imbalances. Your muscles can weaken and shrink, much like a city's streets would collapse without cobblestones. This muscle breakdown usually occurs after a prolonged period of fasting, so although it's not ideal in the long run, it's sort of your body's survival mode. Think of your body as a highly coordinated dance. You've got these dancer minerals called electrolytes, sodium, potassium, and magnesium leading the show. They're in charge of things like balancing fluids, signaling nerves, and helping muscles do their thing. But when you decide to fast for a while, it's like adding a new prop for the dancers without any rehearsal. Suddenly they're juggling and trying to keep their balance on a tight rope, and it's not an easy act. Fasting messes with how these dancers, the electrolytes, perform. Your kidneys start acting differently, and hormones get into the mix, making it tough for your body to hold on to or let go of these crucial minerals. When the electrolyte act gets out of tune, you might start feeling weak, confused, or notice your heart beating irregularly. In severe cases, it can even become life-threatening, so it's like the body's warning sign to make sure you're taking care of it properly. Always prioritize your health and safety. Number 6. Cognitive function. Cognitive function decline. You know that saying the brain is the boss, well, it's true. Even though our brain is only 2% of our body weight, it's a big energy hog, gobbling up about 20% of the energy we get from food, especially its favorite snack, glucose. So what happens when the steady supply of glucose is cut off during a 5-day fast? Now, if you decide to fast for 5 days and the glucose snacks stop coming in, your brain has to adapt. It's like running a fancy sports car on budget fuel. It's not as smooth, but it gets the job done. During fasting, your body shifts to using ketone bodies for energy, but the brain is a bit picky. It still wants some glucose, so it first grabs glucose from the liver's emergency stash, glycogen, and if that's not enough, it starts breaking down muscles to get what it needs. In this adjustment phase, some folks might feel a bit foggy upstairs. It's like the high-performance car running on a different fuel. It still goes, but not as well. You might feel elated, have trouble focusing, and your reactions might slow down. The good news: these effects are usually temporary, and once you start eating again, things go back to normal, so your brain's just reminding you to treat it right. Immune system. Number 7. Immune system suppression. Alright, so suppression. Let's bring our body's superhero squad to light. The immune system. These people are like the 247 security detail, always alert and prepared to deal with any intruders. But even these tough guys won't stop you from taking a 5-day food break if you decide to. Defenders can sense the strain because proteins, which we often associate with muscle builders, are important for immune system function. During a prolonged fast, your body goes into conservation mode to conserve resources for necessities, which means that there is less protein available for the immune system to function. The bad news is that when our immune systems function less effectively, it can be likened to asking your bodyguard to work continuously without breaks. As a result, while your body is figuring out how to get energy during fasting, it may also weaken its defenses against unwanted visitors like infections. Although our immune system is strong, it still requires fuel. 8th. Changes in the gut. Gut changes. Microbiome. Everything is fine. Let's talk about our gut buddies, the trillions of microbes that live in our stomachs. These microbes are the real foodies, relying on what we eat to live. If you go 5 days without eating, it's as if you're leaving these microbes behind. Hungry and bewildered, the community dynamics cause some beneficial bacteria, such as Firmicutes, which aid in the digestion of food, to suffer. On the other hand, bacteroids, which control the mucus lining of the gut, may take control. In certain extreme situations, these voracious microorganisms may even make the audacious decision to venture from the gut into the circulation in search of food. Similar to a local restaurant closing and them going out to find food elsewhere, this adventure may cause inflammation throughout the body. Why is this important, you ask? According to recent studies, when these gut friends move away from their community, it can negatively impact our health. It's like reorganizing a team without a strategy. This change in gut microbes has been connected to a host of problems, from depression and obesity to more serious conditions like cancer and autoimmune diseases. Therefore, Learning more about your gut health can have a significant impact on your overall health when you fast and shake up this microbial party. It's like throwing a stone into a pond. Microbiome Watch. Debunking 8 common myths about your gut microbiome to stay ahead of the game. Don't miss out. Number 9. Reduced thyroid function. Meet your thyroid and the metabolic system. When you embark on a 5-day fasting adventure, your thyroid gland adjusts to save energy by slowing down the production of certain thyroid hormones called T4 and T3, which is similar to putting your metabolism in power-saving mode. This slowdown is like your body's old-fashioned survival strategy. It's saying, hey, let's conserve energy because food is scarce. The catch: this energy-saving mode can make you feel like you're running on low battery. When you fast for 5 days, your metabolism will slow down, which will have an impact on your overall well-being. Although there are some possible advantages to fasting, it's crucial to pay attention to your body's signals and prioritize your health. Watch our video to find out more about the thyroid gland. Adjust your thyroid health naturally with these 9 superfoods. Keep in mind that your response to fasting can be as individual as your musical preferences. It's like a private concert where things like your body composition, how you feel physically, and your genes can all have an impact. Security. Before embarking on a fasting adventure, always speak with your healthcare partner. They are like your backstage pass to knowledge about fasting. If you enjoyed this video, you'll also enjoy some of our other ones, such as 20 foods that are low in carbohydrates that you should eat. If you found this information fascinating, hit the like button, share it with others, and subscribe to receive brainy bits on a regular basis. Take care, keep being amazing, and I'll see you in the next video.